So this is going to be the start of a series I'm starting. It's going to be about a film and what I like to call the birth of a nation effect. I'm talking about a little bit about the origins of the Ku Klux Klan, just to give some background, as well as how that movie influenced culture, like American culture, especially Southern culture, and how it helped to influence Hitler, and how it is influencing Donald Trump today. I'm going to be calling it a BOAN from here on out, just short for Birth of a Nation, just keep it simple. It's going to be a pretty long series, likely. I just finished researching one part of the Holocaust part. It's already 3 pages long for notes. So it'll be coming over the next few weeks, maybe even months. Keep informing as I keep learning about it. So let's just start here about how the Ku Klux Klan even started. They started on December 24th of 1865, which is also less than 20 days after the 13th Amendment was ratified. And for those who don't know, the 13th Amendment is the one that said that all slaves are hereby free. And it was ratified on the 6th. 18 days before the Ku Klux Klan started. 18. They started by taking not only the lives, wives, and homes of black people, black and brown, but mostly black people. They also infiltrated the governments. So those that they didn't actually directly take the lives of would still be living in a very subservient way. They'd be living in a caste, essentially. They'd be forced to be a subhuman. They'd be forced to be under the white man. They infiltrated the entire southern government, and later in like the 20s, it got even worse. But I'll probably talk a little bit about that in a different series, however. They had a complete and utter chokehold over the South. The places that infiltrated had basically no chance at all. There was no way to get communications out of the state as well. It was extremely hard. But once the government did find out, and it was hard for them to, once they did actually act pretty swiftly and very effectively, which I will give them. I'll give them credit for that. I hate the U.S. government just as much as the next guy. Just as much as the next educated guy as well, especially. But I have to give them credit here. After 1870, they enacted 3 enforcement acts, with the strongest of all being the Ku Klux Klan Act of 1871, or at least that was like what it was dubbed. People from both sides of the political sphere thought it was extreme, even, but it got rid of this menace, this devil, this plague or virus that was helping to destroy the South and destroy millions of lives. But with the end of Reconstruction, white supremacy took hold again. But while the Ku Klux Klan was gone for about the next 45, 50 years, it was really just the sheets that they shed. They were still doing the same things to those in the South as we know with Jim Crow America, debt peonage, comic leasing, all of that. They just didn't need the theatrics. They could just be a little bit more abstract, but still not very. White supremacy took hold of the South once again. They came out of hiding, and they never really went away, but they came out of not being overtly the Ku Klux Klan in 1915 when the film A Birth of a Nation came out. There's a quote which I haven't, there's various reports as to whether or not it's actually a real quote from Woodrow Wilson. He says like writing history with lightning. It's not necessarily a real quote. I've heard different sources, different places. You can take it with a grain of salt. But what we do know for sure is that Woodrow Wilson, the president at the time, did endorse the film. It was the first film in all American history to be played inside of the White House. The first one ever. And this film is what inspired the Ku Klux Klan to come back, because it gave them permission to come out of hiding. It gave them permission to be as racist, vile, and evil as they wanted to be. This is just like what happened in 2016 with Donald Trump. He started saying this racist rhetoric, so everyone else started to follow suit. Hitler started to push these anti-Semitic, us versus them mentalities. Everyone else followed suit. And even those who didn't want to at first, even those who didn't support at first, they became subjugated under this propaganda, under these ideas that this is the truth, that this is justice. They were convinced that they needed to, because, loosely quoting from Goebbels, who was one of the chief executives under Hitler. He's saying the only thing you need to do to unite people under any kind of leadership, whether it be a communist one, whether it be just a dictatorship, fascist, capitalist, whatever. All you gotta do is make it seem like you're being attacked and like there's a certain type of people attacking you. So you can unite and attack them instead. It's the same thing everywhere. He said it himself. But that'll be mostly for the next video. That'll be when I talk more about the Holocaust.